All right, so today we're going deep on Novak Djokovic, like really deep.
Yeah.
We're talking about his whole career. But it's really about way more than just tennis, you know. This guy's story.
Oh, yeah.
It's about resilience and drive and constantly pushing your limits.
It's kind of amazing how his story really ties into the history of Serbia. Like growing up in Belgrade in the 90s, during the war and everything, tennis wasn't just a sport for him. It was like, you know, an escape, some sense of normalcy amidst all the chaos.
It's crazy to think about. This kid developing his skills with like bomb shelters and everything around him, and then to become this global icon.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about mental fortitude.
You know, it's almost like that experience really ingrained that resilience in him. Like he learned to just focus on his goals, even when everything around him felt like it was falling apart.
And it paid off, right? I mean, 2008, first Grand Slam title at the Australian Open.
Huge moment.
But I think it was more than just a personal victory. It was like a huge thing for Serbia, too. They were looking for a hero.
It was a powerful symbol of national pride. It gave people hope.
For sure.
This young guy coming from a country that had been through so much.
Yeah.
And suddenly he's on top of the world.
So we've got this incredible rise to the top. But then, 2018, he hits a wall.
Yeah, that elbow injury.
It wasn't just a physical setback. It felt like it really shook him.
Yeah, the source material really goes into the mental and emotional toll of that period. You know, he wasn't just losing matches, he was losing his identity.
Wow.
Like his whole sense of himself as a champion was being challenged. There's this one story. After a really tough loss, he turns to his wife, Jelena, and says, "I'm going to retire."
Wow, that's heavy. To be at the top of your game and then just contemplate walking away like that.
Yeah, it must have been a really good time.
Instead of giving up,
he
used that time to dig deeper.
Right. It's actually quite remarkable.
Yeah.
He brought in a sports psychologist, completely overhauled his mental game.
So it wasn't just about rehabbing his elbow. It was about rewiring his mind for success.
Exactly.
I'm curious about these mental techniques. Like, what was he working on specifically?
Well, he started incorporating a lot of mindfulness practices and visualization techniques.
Interesting.
The goal was to kind of quiet the negative self-talk, you know, and regain control over his emotions on the court.
Okay.
It was more than just healing his elbow. It was about building mental resilience.
So he's working on himself mentally.
Yeah.
But, like, how does he actually pull himself out of this slump?
Well, it's actually kind of a sweet story. It was a family vacation that ended up being the catalyst. He was going to take a break from tennis completely, but his wife and son started playing, you know, just for fun, and something just clicked for him.
Just seeing them enjoy it brought him back to why he loved it in the first place.
Exactly. All the pressure, all the expectations just melted away. He was back to being a kid again.
That's awesome. And that's a good reminder for all of us, I think. Sometimes we get so caught up in achieving something that we forget why we love doing it in the first place.
It's so true. And for Djokovic, rediscovering that joy was huge. He came back not just physically stronger, but like mentally transformed.
And the results, I mean, they speak for themselves. He goes on this tear, wins Grand Slam after Grand Slam, breaks all kinds of records.
428 weeks at number one.
428 weeks.
More than Steffi Graf even.
It's unbelievable. What does that kind of dominance look like on the court?
I mean, he's got it all. Technical skill, determination. He's so strategic, and he's incredibly agile. He covers the court like no one else, and he just reads his opponents so well.
Yeah.
But I think what really sets him apart is his mental toughness.
Yeah.
He just doesn't crack under pressure.
But it hasn't all been smooth sailing, though, right? There have been controversies, on-court outbursts, the whole vaccination thing.
Yeah, those incidents definitely sparked a lot of debate. Complicated his legacy, for sure.
How do you think he's navigated all that?
Well, some people think those controversies overshadow his achievements.
Right.
Others see it as part of who he is.
Yeah, like he's human.
Exactly. He makes mistakes.
It's interesting, though. It feels like he almost uses those experiences to fuel himself.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely a sense that he thrives on adversity.
Like it pushes him to prove everyone wrong.
You can really see that in the source material.
He's a polarizing figure, for sure.
Definitely.
But you can't deny his impact. He's brought this whole new level of athleticism and mental toughness to tennis.
Oh, absolutely.
He's pushed guys like Nadal and Federer to step up their game, too.
Their rivalry has been incredible to watch.
For sure.
Each of them pushing each other to be better.
It's like that competition elevates everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can't forget about his influence on Serbian sports culture.
Yeah, he's a national hero over there. Inspired so many young athletes.
He showed them that it's possible to achieve great things, no matter where you come from. Like even coming from a small country that had been through so much,
Right.
you can still reach the top of the world. His story is so inspiring. It makes you think about, like, what are my own Grand Slams?
Yeah, totally. We all have those goals,
Ah.
the ones that seem impossible, but maybe they're not.
Right. Djokovic's journey kind of shows us that.
He definitely didn't have it easy.
No, not at all.
But he had this incredible support system, his family, his team.
They all played a huge role. It's a good reminder that we don't have to do it all alone.
Exactly. Having that support can make all the difference, especially when you hit those setbacks.
Yeah, when you start to doubt yourself.
And he was always evolving, too.
Yeah,
Always trying to improve.
never satisfied.
He was always looking for an edge, new training methods, nutrition, even mindfulness.
That's what it takes to stay at the top.
For sure. In any field, really.
So as we wrap up here, what are some of the big takeaways from Djokovic's journey?
Well, I think the biggest one is resilience.
Hmm.
It's not just about bouncing back from setbacks. It's about using those setbacks to grow.
To learn from them.
Yeah, and to realize that those challenges, they're what shape us.
Make us who we are.
And even when we're chasing those big goals,
Those Grand Slams.
it's important to enjoy the journey.
It's not just about the destination.
And to remember to connect with why we started doing something in the first place.
That passion.
Exactly.
So to everyone listening, remember that you have the potential to do amazing things. Don't be afraid to dream big. Push your limits. Embrace the journey.
With all its ups and downs.
You never know. Your own Grand Slam moment might be right around the corner. That's it for our deep dive today. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep striving for greatness.